Sorry for podcasting.
You do the debaters sometimes, right?
The debaters just did one in Saskatoon against Kelly Taylor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
He beat me, of course, because
He did?
Oh yeah, he's so likable, and I'm
funny,
so not
but
likable.
You're funny too.
But I'm also, I always get the side that's like kind of like the mean older sister side, you know, like I'm like the real, and some people just have such a like energy that's so likable, and I don't. Like I'm just like, all my best friends are like, ooh, but I really like you at first, and I'm like, I'm just quiet, and they're like,
right, yeah, like you have that edge to you. I notice, like I watched some of your clips when you're younger.
Yeah.
And you've always had that essence.
Yeah.
This like edgy,
this maybe I'm not super
it's
friendly.
Like, it's punk. I like it. It's
Thank
punk.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm gravitating more towards stuff like that than just charming.
I find people that are too friendly right off the bat. Like all my friends who are like, they make friends so easily, they get burned left, right, and center.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I had people always would comment, and when I started comedy, definitely people were like, you're a bit standoffish, but I'm like but
you're like, yeah, I've been doing comedy for 10 years already. I know, like there's some people are, you know,
but like my whole life, like my mom, I didn't realize, like my mom said, oh yeah, when you were little you were so shy, like you would hide behind your dad's leg, and I was like, I was like, she's like, yeah, until you got close with someone. But I also, this is probably why when I was little, my sister and I had, there's this family and their kids would babysit, you know, whatever teenager was available.
Around.
And then one summer, and I was like 4 years old. The one of them, it was a dude, him and his friends would always hang out at like the park. And they thought it was really funny to hold a knife to my throat to make my sister panic. And I was like, I think I'm piecing together why I have trust issues, because this fucking babysitter was holding a knife to my throat when I was 4 years old. Yeah. So I hope
you became your dad's leg.
I became my own dad's leg. That's right. I don't trust anyone until I get to know you.
Yeah, but this is interesting because I just heard a similar story that Sarah Silverman dealt with. She was like, I think it was like before, I think maybe high school age, or maybe it's preteen, junior high, maybe age. She was at some dorm, and this guy, he held her out a window by her ankles.
Oh yeah, was that in her book? Were you listening to her book?
It was on her pod, or she was a guest on a pod or something. But I was like, oh my gosh,
yeah. It's like,
but these things,
psycho things. Yeah. She also, similar to me, was a chronic bedwetter until like.
Oh, you pissed?
Yeah, I wet the bed till I was like,
till
I was like 12.
Nice.
Not every single night. I had some dry nights.
I had a few instances, but they were not in bed necessarily. One was, but a couple other ones weren't.
Just
like
random in the street?
Yeah, like
a street peer. That's a new thing.
Skipping school.
Okay.
And then so our complex was like this. Like I lived in government funded housing, so the complex was like this, and I lived here. And if I came down the hill this way, my mom could possibly see me. Mm-hmm. So I had to like go around here, but it was snowy. And then so me and my friend were like sliding down this hill, this very steep hill through the trees in our
snowsuits.
No, we're not even in snowsuit. We're just like, and I had to pee already, and then it was really funny, and then we're almost like dying going down. So I peed. I also peed when it's always in the winter, but I peed when my friend was learning to ski. Like I picked up skiing like that because I had like sporty mentality, motor skills, stuff like that. But my friend didn't have really good motor skills. And I was trying to help her, but I was also new at skiing.
Yeah.
But she really couldn't ski at all. I was laughing so much I pissed my pants. We were falling down, laughing so much that I peed. So yeah.
I love that you're like, and you know, I've got good motor skills, and then you just wet your pants.
No, I don't have good bladder skills apparently.
Anything on the outside I can control. Inside, who knows what's going on down there.
Yeah, I probably have a lot of inside fat.
Laughing so hard that you pee your pants or almost pee your pants is like the best feeling.
Oh my God. I mean, it's fun in the moment, but if you are in a situation where you can't change out right away, it's kind of bad after.
Yeah, the rest of the day sucks, but
yeah,
you can always remember.
But for sure. So you bedwetted, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with that weird knife incident.
Oh yeah, I never really pieced that together. Probably.
But maybe your wedding before that, I don't know.
Well, I mean, 4 is pretty young, so if you wet the bed.
They also say that, like, even if, say, you didn't have that knife thing and you had a pretty normal upbringing, that just generally everyone incurs like trauma generally because your mind isn't fully developed. So you perceive certain things
as traumatic.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. At the end, everyone's going to have trauma.
Yeah.
But you got extra.
I got extra. I got a little extra.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're comedians probably.
I know. People are like, how'd you get into comedy? And I'm like, it's a long story. I don't want to talk about it. I can't afford therapy. So
hysterical, laugh, crying, pants pissing.
Yeah.
Doing it all at once.
I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly. But you do think, I mean, like you do feel like you, from my perspective, you seem like you have your shit together in a real way. Like even the stuff I was talking to you about being on the road and you're like, oh, and they put me in this hotel and I didn't like it. I was just like, no, I'm going to get my own hotel and I'm not going to like feel unsafe or not feel good about where I'm staying and stuff. I recently had this happen where the hotel motel was like really, it was like on the ground floor. There was like all these entrances to the property, easily accessible. Yeah. It did not feel safe whatsoever. The rooms smelled weird, like it looked like it just got painted, but it also kind of smelled a bit cracky.
Right.
And I was just like, okay, like sitting in there with all the windows open, the door open when I first checked in, the fan on, there's a fan in there. That's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign, definitely.
And I just went to the show, did the show, and happened to run into couple people I knew from the past, but not really well. And they're like, on the show, I said, guys, I walked 10 minutes from the hotel motel to the show. Like the show was like 20 minutes away. Halfway, they found a body in the creek.
Oh, nice.
I was just like,
that explains the paint and the fan.
Yeah, I was on my way here. They found a body in the creek. No big deal. I'm just going back to the hotel near there. Like, no issues. But somebody in the audience was like, you know, you want to stay at my place? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
And I just didn't even go back to the hotel. Just
that's so good.
Paid for it for no reason.
Yeah, there's so many things that when like you first start comedy, like it's really crazy when I think back to the fact that I was like 25 and they would just be like, oh, this random stranger is arriving at the airport, pick him up, and you guys are going to be on the road for 2 weeks together. Like if you pitch that as a reality show, like nobody would sign up and they'd be like, what? You're basically going on vacation for 2 weeks with a stranger.
Somebody picked you up at the airport? Oh my God.
Yeah, like it's so crazy, but like you were kind of taught to just appreciate the shittiest things. And it's like no wonder anytime you try to negotiate, like I remember once emailing because the club would also book corporate events or what they called corporates. They weren't paying like they should. But so I emailed and I said, I don't know, is this a conflict of interest? Because I said, when I asked for a raise at your club, you told me all the reasons why I couldn't get a raise. I wasn't good enough. I said, but then you're supposed to be selling me to clients like I am good enough. So I said, this feels like a contract, like a conflict of interest because am I good or am I not good?
Yeah.
And they were just
bit of hypocrisy here.
Yeah. And their answer, instead of acknowledging what I had said, which was like, you are keeping my rate of pay as low as possible with you, but you're trying to charge a client the highest amount of pay. Instead, they just were like, we're really surprised to hear this from you, Erica, because we've always liked working with you. You know, it was like just kind of a threat, like, don't speak up. And it was just like, fuck you. Like I ended up making more money on my own than staying with anybody else. So it's like things like the hotel rooms and things like that. And I mean, it still happens now where I'm like, fuck, I should have I should have just asked for a buyout because I knew the hotel was going to suck. And then I get there, but I will just leave and go get myself a better hotel.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm not staying here.
Yeah, I'm starting to do that kind of stuff more. And I'm glad that you had that conversation with me because, now I'm just like kind of putting my safety first.
And even comfort. Like when you're traveling for work,
safety,
you want a nice hotel room. You want to feel like you're not going to get murdered.
Yeah, and so like I was doing this gig, I was doing like Lethbridge with a comic, and they said they had a ride for us. So I flew into Calgary instead of Lethbridge, and they said we can drive from Calgary. Well, it turned out that the ride fell through, and then it was on that night that I was performing, and I'm headlining. So I'm like, oh, now I have to drive from Calgary because they're not able to get a rental car or whatever, and I'm just like, okay. Explaining to this person, oh, just so you know, next time, make sure you can trust that person.
Yeah.
So that this doesn't happen again. They're like, well, but it would have been more expensive to fly in on Lethbridge. It's like, no, well, I'm also headlining and I want to not be driving.
Yeah.
The same day
that I'm doing this gig.
That I'm also taking a flight. But they were a younger comic, so they didn't really get, there's a different priority set, like there's like an integrity and like a certain amount of energy too at a certain age that you have to conserve and like make sure you have for the show and a level of preparation and all this. But they're just like a younger comic. So first of all, a lot more energy probably in their life. And then, but like it would have been cheap. Like the money is the main thing, but it's not always about the money.
No. And the cheaper... It's funny because like undercutting became a thing where it's like how to book it. It's like we could do it cheaper. That's not what we should be aiming for in life, is to be able to do it cheaper and still, you know what I mean? Like how about do a better show and charge more? And there is money out there and you can get that money. People will pay that money. So stop being like, hey, I could do it cheaper. Like,
and it's the same with like comics, low balling other comics, so they'll actually pull a rate down because they offer to be hired for less money and then they affect the whole industry, and it's really hard on us because we've been doing it for so long. But I also understand where they're coming from as well, because it is a business at the end of the day and they are doing good business tactics, but it's like really not beneficial,
but not in the long run for
the community
either, right?
No, not in the long run for any of the industry.
Yeah. Because if you like, there was a gig that was offered to me and it was a corporate gig, and then the agent came back and she's like, actually they found someone that somebody knows locally. And so that gig started getting booked locally for 5 years. And then they emailed me the place, it was a yacht club, emailed me directly and said, hey, would you do this? And they had like Nate Bargatze and all these people, but before Nate Bargatze was Nate Bargatze, like he was still working in clubs. So I called the comic and I was like, hey, like ballpark, because I knew what they first offered me, which was $2,500 for a lunchtime gig. And then I was like, what ballpark, what are we talking here? And he was like, oh, it's not as much as you think. It's like $500. And so that gig was taken from $2,500 to $500. So for 5 years, they were paying $500.
Yeah.
And so I just emailed the place back and I was like, I just said, I'm like, well, I'm available, but it'll be $2,000. Because I was like, I don't know that I could go right up to the $2,500 again. So I was like, I'll do it for $2,000. And they were like, okay. So the money was there the whole time.
Yeah.
They didn't care. It was just like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. Good for you, though. See, this is why I admire you, and that you're gonna have to mentor me now.
I will come to my seminar.
Yes,
get more money.
Yeah, you have had these talks. And
I have had these little seminars,
stuff.
little things. Yeah, but I think it's a thing we're not taught to do. Like, unless you had a very business-minded person in your life, negotiation, like the whole time at McDonald's, you sit down for your raise,
right?
And you have to mark yourself first. I don't know if you ever worked at a place that makes you like, you tell me how you think you did.
Yeah.
And then they look at it and go, actually, like, like, and then they say what they're going to give you for a raise. And you just go, okay. Like no one ever taught. I thought that if you counter offered, they would be like, you're fired.
Yeah.
Like in my brain, like, you know, and I
No,
don't.
I've had that like scarcity mentality.
Yes.
And I've actually talked to Sophie. Sophie's helped me with a couple of those instances.
Yeah.
She's like, your nervous system is like going whack right now.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, just don't worry. And she's like, kind of gives me coaching.
Yeah. And it is a weird thing to think that if we just counteroffered, that they would be like, go fuck yourself. Whereas, you know, like they might say no and then you can decide.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's
Yeah.
weird. Once you start doing it, it feels weird at first, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
It feels, yeah.
it's like, okay, but what about?
Right.
And I remember once, like early days, somebody asked me to do a gig and I really was like, well, and then I set a price and the guy goes, well, don't undersell yourself. He goes, that doesn't sound like that. And so I had gone, like I had just like, I was so worried about not getting the gig that I went in. And I used to like research, people would email me and they're like, how much? And I'd research and I'd try to
Yeah.
And then it's like, just tell them your price. Just tell them your price and see what, because sometimes you tell them their price and they agree right away. Or sometimes your price is so, they were like, oh, I thought it was going to be like $200. So it was like, why did I just waste my time trying to anticipate? It's like, say the price and then go from there.
True.
Yeah. So anyways, this is $5,000 I'm getting for this podcast, right?
5,000. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is a passion project. I should have been upfront. Your coffee is payment.
It's a bit of a Kickstarter
Until
situation.
I see if I'm making any money, and then I'll send people
I think
money.
that's more than fair.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much for being on. Also, I was curious about like where you're from again. Are you from the island or BC?
I was born in Goderich, Ontario.
Oh, Goderich.
Born in Goderich.
Okay.
Yeah. And we moved out here when I was like 6, 7.
Goderich is southern Ontario, right?
Yeah. It's pretty close to London. It's like an hour and a half from London.
Okay. I'm from Brantford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Ontario girls.
Yeah.
That's where my mom's family is all from. And then we moved out here when I was like 7. I grew up in Surrey. Mm-hmm. You might be familiar with it.
I've heard of it.
Yes.
You're in one of the gangs out there?
I was in one of the gangs. I actually grew up in like the toughest part of Surrey. Like it's so funny. Like
the knife thing makes a little bit more sense now.
The knife thing was in Ontario.
Oh.
But the shit that went down.
That makes sense also too.
Yeah. It also makes sense. The shit that went down I worked at the Whaaaa McDonald's.
Oh,
it was like where the Surrey 6 murders happened. Like that was, and I never realized like how kind of rough that neighborhood was till I went back as an adult. As a kid, you're like,
as a kid, you have no idea.
As an adult, I'm like, yeah, lock the doors.
Dangerous. Your regular environment
but
was.
We saw so much like happening. Coming through the drive-through, like fights in the lobby. There was a guy who came in like smoking a cigarette with his pit bull. And this is when like not smoking inside was pretty new.
Yeah.
And we're like, sir, I'm sorry. Like, first of all, you can't have your dog in here. And second of all, you can't smoke. And he took the cigarette and put it out on his tongue, like just while looking at, and we're just like, you boy. Like, we'd have like groups. Yeah. I was like,
you turned it into a cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah. Boing. But fights would break out in the lobby, and like I would be like, they'd always get me because I took martial arts, and I would get in between this group of guys, and I'd be like, you get over there, you get over there. And, oh my God.
I love the idea of you jumping like onto the counter, off of the counter.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Love that.
Just
what
kick the
martial
face.
art?
Karate.
Okay.
I was the 1996 Canadian color belt champion in combat karate. Thank you very much.
Karate.
Oh
my God.
And then I took jiu-jitsu. I got my black belt in Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went into boxing. And now I just fight for fun now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just pick fights.
Just when you're bombing, not that you bomb, but you just start fighting.
Yeah. I
fighting the audience.
I did during a Halifax taping. This is like probably the worst snap on stage. Like during a taping,
okay,
put the microphone down on the bar stool and walked over to a guy and threatened to punch him in the face during a television taping. It was not good.
Wait, what was happening there? Why'd you snap? Like, was it were you just stressed out or?
Well, okay, so you know the lower deck, so it's a
love this story.
crazy, like loud bar, and they filmed there, and but there was this group of guys that were literally standing like right here. They were talking during my set, and so like you're loading the next joke, and like they're like, and my mind, I'm like telling a joke, and my brain is like, what's next? But I'm also like, shut the fuck up. And then all of a sudden,
during a taping too. That's like. And insanity.
I said the punchline backwards. Like it was one of those like, A hat follows B, and I said B first. And and then and the whole audience just went, and I stopped and I just went, oh, I fucked that up, which got a huge laugh because I swore during a television taping. And then I was kind of like, what am I going to do? And this guy turned to me and he said something like, that's the biggest laugh you've got so far, or the only laugh you've got so far. And I just whipped around and put the mic down and fucking charged over there and got in his face, and then came back and picked up the mic, and I was like, well, I don't really know where to go from here. And I started the whole joke again, and then I've never done the lower deck since. I've done the festival a bunch of times, but they're like, we're not putting her in that situation. She will lose it.
Whoa. Yeah, that's tough too when there's like that chatter going on to concentrate, especially when it's a high stakes situation.
Yeah, because you're thinking about everything. You know that you're being taped for television. You want to do well.
But you don't want to look like everything that you're thinking about is like happening in through your eyes.
You're telling jokes
body.
And you're like, people can see this little cog that's going like,
instead of like being all natural and talking or whatever, you're going,
I'm making faces like,
you're just in pure like fear.
I know. I think they would do well to just like do it like television taping when you didn't know you're being taped.
Why haven't they figured that out yet?
I know. Just randomly do your hair and makeup one day. Like, we're just going to do this. No big deal. Don't worry about it.
I know. I actually do like watch this podcast back and I'm like, I didn't do my makeup strong enough for the pod. Like,
I don't know how, can I admit, I don't know how to do like, I learned makeup when I was a kid. And I don't know when I see like 20-year-olds, they put so much on their face. I'm like, I'm done in 4 minutes and I don't know what more I could do. I'm done pretty
fast too. Like, but I
you just like, keep putting it on.
Like you always look great, so I
well,
wouldn't want to tell you to do anything differently, but I do notice like my eyebrows sometimes disappear.
But then you don't want to be an insane person who puts them on way too dark.
Yeah, like clown eyebrows. Yeah.
It's a dangerous world out there.
I would prefer to just have Alex's eyebrows.
I know,
just naturally. You have some good brows, bro.
Very good brows. I know.
So, but yeah, I have, maybe you and I should do this together. There's like the new makeup techniques, like the contouring and all that. Have you ever tried to do this? I haven't tried.
I have watched videos, but I don't like, I do it and I'm like, and then I will look at myself in the mirror and I feel like a lunatic.
It feels so thick. There's so much on there.
Then you like brush up against something and it's like half your face is gone. You're like, what is happening? Maybe we should go to Sephora, get a lesson, and then we'll try to do our own makeup and go out on the town.
Funny, like as a little segment too.
It would be
like,
funny.
Yeah.
Or you could do my makeup and I'll do your. I don't know if I could do that.
Imagine we look like 20 years younger.
I know. But you see, I got my new eyes. Have you seen my new eyes?
I see them, but they don't seem new. What do you mean?
Well, look at the scars on my eyelids. Because I got an upper bleph done, paid for by the government of Canada.
What does that mean?
So, like the skin on my eye, like if your eyelids are like droopy,
like mine, like
mine were bad.
Yeah,
because 3 strangers told me about this surgery. I always thought I just had a normal face.
Yeah,
and then one day I was having dinner at my in-laws, and they had like a business associate in town. And we were chatting and I said I was Icelandic and he's like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then 20 minutes later, he goes, is it okay if I say this? And I was like, oh, I literally thought he was going to say he listens to the debaters. I was like, oh my God, here we go. And he goes, 100%. That's what I thought. I was like,
no,
I'm like, go ahead.
Your eyes fixed.
Go ahead. And he goes, I can see you're Icelandic because you have googly eyes. And I was like, excuse me? Googly eyes? And he's like, yeah. And
Gooly.
like, when would you ever tell a woman she has googly eyes?
Also, is gooly an acceptable? No.
And
I never
I was
heard
just,
the term gooly, but
apparently in Iceland.
that's racist, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. And I used to have the eyes. And he's like, your eyes just kind of droop like a ghoul. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
And then 2 more times people mentioned my drooping eyelids. So I went to the doctor. I'm writing a bit about it now for next year's Snowed In because it was an insane randomness.
And this was, okay, so you had just met this person or you already knew them for some time?
No, I just met them. That's the first time and last time I ever spent time with them. And they said to me, you have googly eyes.
Oh my God. That'd be funny when you were shaking hands in the introductions.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
They said, this is Erica. And he's like, how you doing, Ghoulie?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was an insane thing.
Ooh, well, you're so brave because I'm like too afraid to do things like that.
To go under the knife? I don't think I would have paid for it myself, but when the government stepped in and said, we need to fix that face.
Of course, the budget is also a concern, but mainly for me, I'm a physical coward.
Oh.
I don't really like take medicine either. It has to be really bad for me to take medicine for anything. Like I have really bad allergies. I don't take allergy medication. I sometimes get migraines. I just try to deal with them.
I don't take painkillers, but I mean, I'm diabetic, so I take insulin. That's important. I'd be dead if I didn't.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Thank you, insulin.
Yeah. Thank you, insulin. But like when you get this done, they offer you Ativan, and I said I did not want Ativan. Mm-hmm. So
now everyone was watching this. They're like, "What the?"
I know why. Well, because Jay was going out of town, and so I had to take an Uber home from my minor surgery, and that you really feel like a loser when you have like no one to come pick you up. They're like, "Who's picking you up?" And I'm like, "Somebody on Uber."
Yeah.
I'll make sure he's got at least a 4.5 before I get in his car.
Yeah. I just had to go to the emergency room. I actually have an eye thing too. I think it's called a panculia or something. Anyway, I thought I had something sharp in my eye at like 2:30. I was about to go to bed. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I started freaking out. My whole eye went bloodshot. I was supposed to go to the island the next day.
Uh-oh.
And I was very scared. I'm single now. I'm living alone. I just got an Evo and drove to the emergency. And it's basically, it's called surfer's eye.
Oh.
So my eyes were really dry, but I'm perimenopausal. So I thought it was just that. And then I noticed when I was at home that there was like something happening, like a swelling or something on the surface of my eye. And I wasn't sure if that was something or stuck in there or if it was part of my eye or whatever. Anyway, I had to do all these crazy tests. Then they're like, who's your emergency contact? And I'm just like, no one. And
they're like, Evo?
What about you? They're like, what about your parents? I'm like, I don't really talk to my dad and my mom's dead. Like, so then you're just like, you're already emotional and scared.
Yeah. I'll be your emergency contact. Thank you. I do kind of feel like I am the most responsible person probably in your life right now.
I think you might be. But I think like all my sisters are in Ontario, and like it was just like that. You're already in an emergency. You're already emotional and scared. Something's happening in your eyesight, and then all the tests are very invasive. Like you had to like hit the surface of my eyeball like 5 times with this machine, like and he had to do the other one too. And I'm like, it's not that one. You had to like hold my head against the.
Yeah, that's not good.
And then I was apologizing to him because, of course,
you're freaking out.
Yeah, I was like saying sorry, and he's like, I'm the one doing the test to you. Yeah. You don't have to apologize. He was actually, we were just shit talking doctors on an earlier podcast, and this guy actually, it's like he heard us, and he was the exact opposite. He was so emotionally supportive, patient. I was like crying. Like he did all these tests to me. He left the room. He came back and I was crying. He was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's just because of all that just happened."
Like, can you call Isaac?
Can you call Isaac? I need a massage.
He's actually my emergency contact.
But it's this thing. It's in my eye now. It's permanently there.
Oh,
it's like when it gets irritated, it will feel like there's something stuck in my eye. And when I Googled it, it said it occurs in older people. And I was like,
that's never nice to
just going home in the Uber, like talking to this young kid. And he's like, yeah, but at least you can see. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm officially old now. Like if I didn't think I was already with perimenopause, I'm like,
throw some plantar fasciitis there and you might as well fucking get a
boo. I was on that like years ago.
Yeah,
I was on that years ago.
I was an early adopter of plantar fasciitis.
Oh my God.
Still in my 30s.
Forerunner. You're a forerunner.
I am. I couldn't run for a long time, actually. I could barely walk. It really hurt.
Yeah. But I was like telling my friend, I'm like, I just wanted to start getting into acting and stuff. I'm like, now they're going to like do a close up and this fucking thing is going to touch the lens.
But maybe you'll get cast as one of the, like she's got this crazy eye that speaks to us. She's got this whole other personality.
All the witch roles or whatever. Yeah. So it's not going to affect my vision supposedly at all, but it might. It's right outside of my iris right now. It's called whatever it's called now. I can't pronounce it, pengulia or something. And then if it comes into the iris, into the colored part, then it's called something else. And then it also show more.
Okay.
Because it's like kind of translucent, little pink or yellowy.
Yeah. Let's keep it on the outside.
Yeah. Let's keep it there. Why not?
Do you wear contacts or anything?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be a worse scenario. But yeah. But I get what you mean about, like, I've had to have Susie Rossum come to the dentist to pick me up after like oral surgery, and it's just hard when you're by yourself, or
it's also like I'm very
feeling vulnerable.
Yeah. And I'm very independent. So it's like my sister-in-law was like, I can come get you. But then I was like, oh, she's going to have to drive through the tunnel. And it was Friday of a long weekend.
Yeah.
And it was like at 4 p.m. And I was like, I'm not going to ask her to just to drive me 7 blocks home. I was like, no, I'll take an Uber.
Right.
But then you also are like, I was home alone that night and just like trying to order DoorDash. Everything was blurry. I was like, what am I getting?
So you could see?
I could see, but like all the antibiotics, like my eyes were kind of black and blue, and you didn't look great. But and you had to sleep sitting up, and the first night was uncomfortable, and then it was kind of fine. But you do feel like I should have maybe reached out to a friend.
Those things are just like very emotional. Yeah, like I always forget how emotional they are, and then I go through them, and I'm like, I should have supported myself better, like plan this better, like had a friend come at least for the end half to like meet me, or like I'm realizing I need a little bit more of that type of stuff, or to be ready my mind. Like on the way driving, I could have been like, they're gonna ask you all the information, what questions might come up, like, so I'm not like sitting there like in front of the lady being like, I don't have anyone. I'm alone. Let me check what their number is. Like, I don't know their number on by heart.
I wonder if you are allowed to. I mean, you're allowed to do whatever you want, but wouldn't it be fun to put down just somebody you barely know as your emergency contact?
Put Alex?
Yeah. No, but like barely know. Like somebody who would recognize your name but be like, why the fuck am I Amber's emergency contact?
Yeah, that's
and
really
then something
funny.
Happens.
Like the newest amateur comic.
Or you put Isaac down. He has to come get you. Yeah.
Hey, that might be the start of a beautiful...
I mean, we've just written a rom-com.
Yeah.
Like you put the wrong number down for your emergency contact and they show up.
Oh my God.
And see you at your worst with your weird eye. And then they fall in love with you.
You got one ghoulie happening?
We got ghoulie and...
You know what I keep thinking
Spiky over there.
With the term ghoulie is... I can't remember what movie it is, but it's Drew Barrymore character. And she's like, I'm not Josie Grossi anymore. But I feel like you woke up and you're
never
finally...
been kissed?
Yeah, never been kissed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you wake up, you're healed from your ghoulie. You're like, I'm not ghoulie wooly.
Yeah. I'm not ghoulie Sigurdson anymore.
No, also, that wasn't okay that person.
It was not okay.
That's not appropriate.
No, it's not an appropriate thing to say to a woman. Even, I mean, I guess I did have ghoulie eyes, but like... but he said it like I would know what that meant too.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it'd be like, yeah, you do have turd face. You're like, what?
You do have shit for a heart.
Yeah. I know. God, that guy.
Did you know what guli meant? Did you hear it before?
Even in relation to Icelandic people? Yeah, let's see.
Thank you for using the mic. Once one of the pods you didn't use the mic or you didn't have one, and we were just sitting here like going like this, and it was just like silent for a really long time. It was funny. I was like,
Icelandic ghouls.
yeah, I can see you're Icelandic now. I didn't really think about it in the past.
But now.
Does your sister look like you?
I don't think so, but other people do.
Ulu.
With eyes? Huh. I wonder. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Gulu.
Gulu.
So they said yellowish. So gulu. I'm a little gulu too.
Yeah, I guess so. And that guy. He's changed my life. Look at my eyes now. If it wasn't for somebody beating you down, you would never rise up.
Right.
You'd just be floating along with confidence.
I mean, at the end, like, I hope it was just something you were already considering or whatever, and then not this mean person's.
I had never noticed. I mean, I was going back because this was like 5 years ago that this happened. That he called me this, and then in the last couple years, two other people have randomly brought it up, and then I started looking. You know, like you become more aware of it, and then I was like, oh yeah, and then it is just something that happens as you age, as the upper lid starts to droop, and so then
I have some.
Yeah.
Mine's asymmetrical right now. And I'm like, I don't even care if the other one just starts drooping. Just do it.
Get on board. One or the other. Yeah.
Only one's drooping. And I was like,
but the biggest thing.
Guys, what are we doing here?
Work as a team. We already got one fucked up inside. Let's get this going.
Yeah.
The best thing was when I finally put on makeup for the first time after having it done for the first time in I don't even know how long. There was not only did I not get mascara on my upper lid, it wouldn't even there was no chance. It was so my eyelashes are so far away, and I was like, wow, look at this.
You're like, look at all the space.
I know, and the savings. I'm not going to go through as much mascara.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Huh. So
check that out.
Yeah.
Cash, ding ding.
Gonna be more money I could put back in McDonald's stock.
Exactly. Well, I think we maybe should wrap it up. We have this thing. You feel free to do it if you want to or not. But this is like one of the patent things that we do on the podcast. It's we do a bicycle leg.
Okay. I'm excited.
It's rarely accomplished.
Okay.
But we try to bicycle our legs.
Okay. I'm into this.
You ready?
Okay. Oh, because we're in a wheelie chair. Yeah, so wait, let's focus and engage our core. We're going to. Okay. Look at me. Has anyone done it? It's impossible.
Have we ever somewhat?
No. What if we cross-legged? Cross-legged.
Oh, cross-leg.
Wait. Easy. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, okay. That was cool.
I think that was the best one.
Thank you for doing the pod.
Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun.
We had a great combo. Check her album out, and she's been on a bunch of festivals. And anything you want to plug?
Well, there's a special hitting Amazon Prime July 30th, but apparently it's only available in America. So if you're in America, it's going to be on the Wonder Project on Amazon Prime on July 30th. Yeah. And it's called Diary of the Traveling Pantsuit.
She's so funny, guys. Check it out.
There you go.
We love her.
Sorry for being weakly.